if life feels uncertain right now, that's not a mistake. It's a message. And I want to reassure you that it's okay to have confusion, fear, excitement, grief, anxiety, whatever that emotion, heavy emotion that you're feeling right now, it's understandable. Because when we're going through life and our journey, a lot of times there is many emotions happening, especially when we are trying to move out of lower vibrational feelings into more higher vibrational, right? And for me, I've experienced that many times in my life. It's about 10 years ago. I made the decision to move from Michigan to Colorado. I had the strong pull and strong feeling in my gut that I needed to move to Colorado. I had no plans, no money. I had no idea what I was doing. Nobody I knew was moving out there. I had the opportunity to go a year earlier, but the timing wasn't right. I got into some trouble, and maybe that's time for another video, where it just wasn't the time for me to go. And when it was finally time for me to go, that person moved. They moved down to Denver, and I was actually trying to move up into the mountains of Colorado. So what I did was I bought a one-way plane ticket. I packed everything that I could into 2 suitcases, and I decided to trust the unknown and go to Colorado. I was scared. I was scared shitless. I had so much fear in me. I didn't know what was going to happen. I did line up a job at a ski resort just because I was like, okay, well, I can't just like not have something, you know? And, I needed a place to live. So it's like I moved into their employee housing, and I just trusted the universe because it was such a strong intuition and knowing that I needed to go. And here I am 10 years later, living truly my best life because I chose to trust the uncertainty, the unknown. And yes, I was filled with dread. I had so much anxiety. I was so sick the morning before I was leaving that my family was like, well, maybe you shouldn't go. And I was like, no, I need to go. And I just went with it, and my life has transformed in so many different ways. And maybe that's a transition you're going through right now. You need to make a decision. You need to come up with something to do, but you're not sure how to go about it. You really have so much fear and anxiety and uncertainty in your life because you don't want it to backfire. You don't want it to prove you wrong, or people to tell you, see, that was a stupid mistake. Maybe you're trying to go on to create a business and move on to a different business venture, or trying to move states, like in my case. And it just was, you're like, I don't know, and I get it, right? But I'm here to tell you that moving through those emotions and able to transmute it into something truly beautiful is something that you really should take a leap with. You really should jump into it, right? And ego, a lot of times, really seeks control. It really wants to know, what are the pros and cons? What are the outcomes? What if I fail? Then I would have to move back to Michigan. I would have to then, if my business fails, I would have to take on, and go back to corporate America and take on a 9-to-5 job. And these things can feel really scary. But it's when we venture into the unknown with full trust that God in the universe is going to help us, that life really truly begins to unfold in many beautiful ways. And life truly shows us where we're meant to be in that time and space. Because if we're not meant to be somewhere, you're going to know. I've had that happen to me. Actually, prior to me leaving Michigan, my life was like completely falling apart. I was in a very deep depression in Michigan. I just locked myself. I had to move back in with my parents. It's a long story. And I just locked myself in my room. I would go to work, come home, lock myself in the room, and do that day in and day out. And it was not a way to live. And I was hanging out with toxic people as well. And I just knew that I needed to move away from all of that. I needed to really take a chance and really trust the universe. But that took me, I had that calling to move to Colorado for a few years, and it never went away. So maybe for you, you have been getting this calling for many years to really take the leap, and you're like, I don't know. I don't know what, I still have my doubts. I still have my fears. And when we're able to really shed our skin and break out of the cocoon that we've been in, we're really able to excel and really able to bring in the true reality that we want. Because the more we resist, like persists, right? The more we resist, the more we're stuck between the versions of ourselves that really the authentic version of ourselves, the soul version of ourselves, and the part of ourselves that are old, that are shedding, that the ego truly wants to hold on to, the mind truly wants to hold on to it, because if we hold on to these versions of ourselves, that's comfortable, that's knowing, that's really holding on tightly to the past, and we can no longer do that. We have to move through it, right? And many of us have been stuck in these states of survival for so long that it's deeply embedded into our subconscious and coming out as these unconscious patterns, right? Coming out as these blocks. And we really need to move through these blocks and these patterns to realize that it's okay to trust our intuition, to trust ourselves, to trust God, and to take that leap of faith that has been gnawing at us, that has been calling us for so long, for so many years. We can't hold on to the past anymore. We have to move in and move sideways through time and become more to the present moment and create a new timeline for ourselves. Because when we move sideways in time, we're able to then create desired timeline that we want for ourselves. Many times when we're shaken up with life that's truly not aligned for us, when we're shaken up with these tower moments of moving away from what was once comfortable, we can then truly move into a sense of something. We can sense that better things are coming for us. We can move into bigger things. We know that that's going to emerge for us, because when we let go of ego, story, and mind, we can truly step into what it is that we're meant to do. And those new places, paths, and people will come in, right? Like you're like, I want to start a business. I don't know where to go. I'm moving out to, I'm moving states. I don't know what's going to happen. When I moved out here, I can't even describe to you like how the universe just truly set the right people into my life, the right path into my life, my whole huge spiritual awakening. Like I met my twin flame out here, right? Like I met like I've had the craziest spiritual movements out here. Like, I can't even describe to you, which puts me in a place right now being able to talk to you, because 10 years ago, I would have not been able to do that. 10 years ago, my depression and anxiety were so bad that I was not able to leave a room and talk to people. I I had a couple people in my life, but not that many, and none of them that I still keep in contact with. And so, if you were looking for a sign to jump and move into what it is that you wanted to do with your life, that the universe has been calling you to do, take this as your sign. You are meant to do it. I am just a messenger. I'm just a conduit to express to you what it is that you need to move. And if you truly found this to be helpful, then I suggest that you need to take the moments and you need to take the movements to bring in the desired timeline and the desired reality that you want for yourself. So, my friends, if you found this video to be helpful, like the video, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one.